Today we're gonna look at some of the stuff we wish we could add to an already pretty stuffed game. Here are all the things that we wish existed in Minecraft. Any respectable pro knows about beacons and the sick buffs they grant you in your base, but wouldn't it make sense if we could get all those bonuses without having to build an entire pyramid? That problem would be fixed if you could make a nether star emit the beacon buff by placing it on top of a single beacon block. Bam! Look at that! Makes sense, right? Everyone knows it's important to keep more than one base, but it can be a bit of a pain running around carrying all your loot or having to protect a horse or camel to carry it for you. Now, of course, there are ender chests, but who has time to craft one of those? With this next item, that would be no problemo, amigo. This is a mechanic we've been thirsting for. We could totally use a special new kind of hopper, maybe even a portal-themed hopper on a treasure chest to teleport the loot straight up into another chest in a totally different place. Check it out, right there in this chest. Could be faster than FedEx, man. Having redstone contraptions is essential for any advanced player to not have to do all the harvesting of resources themselves. And using light sensors to activate them with the power of the sun is just as important. But what about nighttime? I mean, I know I would like my contraptions to keep working while I'm catching some Z's, but here's a mechanic I think should be possible. If we cover the sensors with a heat block, the light and heat should keep powering the device. I mean, that just makes sense, right? You know, despite how important time is, in Minecraft, there's no real in-game way to keep track of it minute by minute. How about if we as players could make our own clocks? We could use comparators. Check it out. First, I would craft one, then make a dispenser block, then place them here and connect them with some red dust, place an item in the dispenser. How about a nice frog clock? Ah, there. Now the signal it would emit could act as a clock. I think it's about time they put this in the game. Well, I thought it was a good pun. Now check this out. I'm gonna place a moat of water in the nether around this blaze spawner to farm them for their rods. How wild is that? Now I know what you're thinking, and you're right. Usually you can't use water in the nether. But what if you could make an enchanted bucket that could hold a special nether-resistant water? I feel like that's not a bad mechanic at all, huh? It could make a real splash, if you know what I mean. Now, where did I put that other frog costume? I know it has to be around here somewhere. Whoa! I completely forgot I put this here. That's right, the floor trap door. Now, if you're paying attention, you probably noticed that I didn't fall through the block next to the pressure plate, but the plate itself. It would just make more sense as a trap mechanic, right? Here's what it should look like. You could place a couple of trap doors on the floor and cover them with the same blocks as the surrounding floor so they don't show. They'd work with redstone, obviously, then a pressure plate on top of the trap door to trigger it. All you gotta do is step on it and bam! Trapdoor set. There's already a bunch of domesticatable and rideable mobs in game, including the always loyal horse. But what if you could lasso other meaner mobs? I think it should absolutely be an option. Like so. Come here, boy. I'ma ride ya. Yeah! Let's go, boys. Hey, guys. Turns out that Ravager had an owner and they got mad. But I just had an idea of what could be an amazing new way of hiding and losing aggressive mobs pursuing you. Just place a couple of solid blocks here and some slimes on top of it and bam! See-through blocks you could hide behind. I could see everyone else, but they couldn't see me. Welcome to my crib, Minecrafters. Every luxurious base has more than one floor, even more than two. But making stairs and even going up and down them can be so annoying. But what if we could have awesome elevators in-game? While we wait, let me show you how you can make it. First up, you dig the elevator shaft, obviously on the side of the base. Then I placed a platform and made a redstone connection with the pistons moving up. Dang it, just how many floors did I put in this base? Mushrooms are some of the cutest and more useful mobs out there pasturing in Minecraft, but I feel like only having one special mushroom mob is kinda limited. Imagine if we could have all sorts of different mush mobs that make different stuff. Chickens, pigs, sheep, and horses. Maybe even wolves. Although those might be a bit of a problem. Not exactly fun, guys. Oh, come on. That was a solid one. Now, here's something that's always kind of puzzled me ever since my first game of Minecraft. Why is it that when you knock out the base of a tree, it just kind of floats there? I mean, it would make much more sense if the whole tree came down once you cut the base, right? Plus, that's how gravity works. Plus, you would get its wood way faster. I can't be the only one. It's been almost 15 years, Mojang. Now here's a conundrum. When out exploring the overworld and it gets to be night, you either have to take a whole bunch of resources and time to build an entire shelter, or worse, having to go all the way back up where you set your bed. How about this? A craftable item called Camping Pack. You would craft a tent and a portable fire pit, and it would allow you to rest in the open while avoiding aggressive mobs. But it also doesn't reset your spawn point. Pretty good idea if you ask me. Now I know we all love getting a K9 companion in Minecraft. Just look at them, they're super cute and fierce. Problem is that when we're getting attacked, they're very likely to take lots of damage and even get killed. Now wouldn't it be great if we could make gear for our wolves, using an anvil to forge armors of different tiers and items they could use? Look at that armored wolf! Now he's ready for action. Minecraft is full of natural wonders, but I feel like it's time for a major overhaul. Imagine if we could see more unique landmarks like mountains with animal faces, active volcanoes, rivers that actually flow around the world in particular directions, or even flowing oceans. You heard that right. I want currents. That's not so hard to do. There's like a ton of mods that make it happen. Get your stuff together, Mojang. Now this one might seem like a little detail, but the little details are what makes a world believable and livable. Mirrors that actually work, where you can see the reflection of your character and the world. How cool would that be? There's literally no downside. And I would get to look at my handsome mug more often. It's a win-win scenario for everyone. Now I know villages change with their biomes, and they're all kinds of special. But you know what I've always wanted? Treehouse villages. Come on, they would be so cool. Probably would have to get a lot of those fences to avoid the dumb villagers falling off. But other than that, it would be obvious. It could have its own type of village and maybe even unique quests or items to be found. If you like this, click here to see a bunch of scary stories in Minecraft that might actually be true.